Parts of Washington Street on Indy's west side under construction as part of a major project that will transform how we get around the city of Indianapolis. But local businesses have some questions. That story still ahead.
And we are looking at the chance for storms tonight after a steamy day, what it will do to our weekend forecast. I'll show you.
And IMPD seeking funding for its vehicles as it gets more expensive to replace them.
And we start with the weather here at 4 o'clock with the chance of a repeat of last night, kind of a repeat of the last couple of days. Sunshine, humidity, rain and storms, rinse and repeat. Thanks for joining us at 4 o'clock. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. We have Rob Ellis with us this afternoon tracking everything for us because it can get severe. Things could turn really fast.
Yeah, pretty fast.
Yeah, now here's the good news. The good news is the threat mainly appears to be in northern Illinois. So this is going to be closer to Chicago, even over to the Mississippi River Valley. However, we are going to get a little bit of the leftovers. How strong will it be when it gets here? That is what remains to be seen. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down for you. We showed you this graphic. This is through tonight. Ahead of this, the heat index values are going to be 95 to 100, maybe even a little bit more than that. That's a lot of humidity in the atmosphere. That's a lot of energy, frankly, for these storms to use once they do move out of Illinois and into Indiana. There is an isolated tornado threat, especially the farther north and west from Indy you go, but it's going to be a gusty line of storms it's expected to move through. We do expect it to weaken as it's pushing through, but how strong it will be once it does arrive is something we're going to continue to watch. You can see there's a level 4 on a scale of 1 to 5 over into parts of northern Illinois, and again we are going to see that weaken as it approaches, which is why things calm down a bit. There's already a tornado watch until 10 p.m. that does include Benton County, which is why you see the scroll at the bottom of your screen there. Here's what's currently forming. We're going to keep our eye on this part of the atmosphere. The reason why is this system's moving out. There's an area here where the atmosphere can recover, can get a lot of sunshine. There's plenty of heat and moisture in place. The upper levels are supportive, so if we see more redevelop in this area, we'll have to watch it very carefully because that's what will continue moving east. We're also watching some storms in the northern part of the state. In the meantime, heat index values are currently sitting at 95 to 100 across central Indiana, and current temperatures are currently sitting into the 80s right now. Not too many 90s, but it's possible we could hit 90. Very quickly, let me show you future track. Through 6 p.m. for now, we think we're okay, although an isolated storm couldn't be ruled out. It's really watching this line develop, likely moving into the state after about 9 o'clock, moving into Indy after about 11 o'clock or so, moving across the area and weakening as it does so. Then that should be through about 2 o'clock, and once this moves out of here, pattern changes in a big way, and I'll talk more about what you can expect heading into the weekend coming up.
All right, look forward to it, Rob. Thank you. Now to this, construction on that massive transportation project. It spans from east all the way west across the city of Indianapolis. You're looking at Washington Street on the west side, the future home of the Indigo Blue Line.
So we've been talking about this project for years, and it is here now. Samantha Johnson shows us the work so far and what local businesses are now saying about this construction.
Washington Street is slow moving these days. Underground work on the 24-mile Blue Line is underway, connecting the airport to Cumberland through downtown Indy. And Lisa Sword with Indigo says it's a mess, but hang in there.
Our goal as Indigo is to, with all of this construction, to keep at least one lane of traffic open. Long term, this is going to be so much better for the neighborhood.
But when work stops traffic, it also slows business at Joe's Auto Sales. Tucked away on the other side of the street and open for business if you can get there.
We're just getting back to doing good again, and then this comes along.
This is the same stretch of Washington Street that was totally closed due to a bridge repair over the Little Eagle Creek. It was a project that was supposed to take only a couple months back in 2024. Washington Street, though, totally closed for more than a year and a half. It just opened in November. And now this.
It would have been a perfect time to put your sewers and your sidewalks and, but anyway, it is what it is, and we're getting along.
Some days here are better than others. This is an improvement, George says, from Tuesday when his team couldn't even get to work.
Give us some notice, let us know ahead of time.
The folks at Joe's trying to look on the bright side.
So the road's a mess, our deals are best, and we're having a construction sale of all things. Can you imagine that?
The Indigo Blue Line expected to be up and running by 2028. On the west side, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
All right, thanks to Sam there. And right now, IMPD says it needs more new patrol cars.
The City County Council approved hundreds of thousands of dollars last night for those vehicles. Brandon Schaff is on this story today, joins us now to break this down. Apparently this is going to help, right? But it's not enough to solve the actual need.
Yeah, this is the start of trying to fix this problem, Dustin, Felicia, but there's still some more work that IMPD says that needs to be done here. IMPD has a 6-year vehicle replacement program, but the dollars allocated toward this don't go as far as they used to. The department entered into a contract back in 2021 for more than $9 million, budgeting for 300 vehicles that would cost about $31,500 each. But since then, IMPD changed the vehicles they use when pursuit-rated sedans became unavailable now. So now they use Dodge Durangos, which have a higher price tag as SUVs. The cost per vehicle is now $43,700, and the interest rate increased. The money approved by the Public Safety and Criminal Justice Committee last night can help IMPD pay off the 2021 agreement.
Gets us 200 vehicles toward what we need. It is not all we need. We have vehicles in our fleet that are being driven that we should not be repairing, but we are repairing them because we don't have enough cars.
The appropriated funds, which total $875,000, would be used in 2026, and IMPD could then enter into a new agreement for another set of vehicles. The department says that they need to replace another 750 vehicles. And the proposal now moves to the full City County Council in July, so still more steps to the process here. Dustin, Felicia.
Okay, thank you for sharing some of the transparency with us. All right, and right now, community members are voicing their concerns on a data center. This is the data center that's being proposed on the east side of Indianapolis. So this is a live picture. We're looking live inside the Metro Development Commission hearing. This is where they're considering a variance change for the land in the former Ford plant. This is in the Irvington neighborhood, and it's where DC Blocks wants to create a data center. So we're going to have more on this hearing. We have a crew on the scene, obviously, and we'll tell you what the people in the community are saying about this project.